everyone, this is Propeller Boy and I'm bringing you a very specific tutorial video today. This is how to do well at the arcade in Zombies in Spaceland. This is the fastest way to be able to earn tickets. Many of the items in Zombies in Spacelands don't use points or money to purchase. You require tickets, and you get a bunch of them from the arcade very easily, very quickly, early on. You need tickets for the arcane cores, for the wonder weapon, the gold teeth for the dragon trap, etc. So anyway, when you start off, of course, you're going to turn on the power, and then considering that you start with 500 points, for the first 2 rounds you will have just enough to be able to get into the arcade, even if you play a little sloppy. So when the first couple of zombies come in, you've turned on the power, of course. Generally they'll come in 2 at a time through various windows. If they don't, you can line them up a little bit, but all you need to do is crouch, line them up, and basically get 6 shots where they've doubled up in both of them. They go through, you get the bonus there, and then just melee them both, and then board up the windows for the 50 points that you can get from this map. So then you repeat that with the remaining couple of zombies. There's 6 total. 6 shots in a group of 2, melee them both, and then with your final group of 2, you're going to line them up, and then once you're done doing that, you'll do the 6 shots, melee the first one, and then you will have around 1,500 points. Anywhere from 1,500 to 1,600, depending on how well you've done. I didn't do that well there. Open up over here, and then I do suggest that at this point you check to take a look at the guaranteed opening spawn for one of the SETICOM items. It's going to be the boombox, the calculator, or the umbrella. Pick up Neil's head while you go down here at the same time. The umbrella is just past that on the right on the red bench. Anyway, the reason why you get Neil's head and put it on right here instead of killing the final zombie is that first off you get 25 tickets for doing that, just for putting Neil's head back on his body. And because I've swapped the spawns, there we go, that's the location for the umbrella there. Because I've swapped the spawns, when this person, this zombie respawns, because he's the last one, he will spawn with a backpack with an item on it. I think it's behind me. We go take a look. Yeah, so that's one thing. Anytime you make them respawn, be it through a portal or whatever, it will then have a backpack on it. So at this point, what you're going to need to do is do the same thing in the middle area here. You line up 2 of them at a time, and this time you can shoot 10 shots into their lower body. Try and have most of them go through 2 zombies at once. You can sort of stand in the middle to get them to come towards you and line them up. Be careful though, this can be very dangerous. And then you melee them both. Sometimes the second zombie will take 2 shots. And you basically do this until you have 2 zombies left. It's around the point there that you will have 2,250 points, and that'll be enough to open up both areas and Journey into Space to pick up, to be able to get to the arcade. So the reason why you want to keep 2 zombies is because even as early as round 2, if there's only 1 left for a significant period of time, it will start to run faster. This is a way to keep the zombie speed down. So go into the Journey into Space and then open up the Astrocade. I buy a trip mine there. You don't need to do that. Don't worry about that. Go into the arcade and then run immediately to the power. And the first thing you're going to do after that is go for bowling for planets. This is really easy. Jam yourself in the right corner. Aim in the middle of the sun. It helps if you have an elo sight. And then you're going to go for basically 75 to 80% of the power, either the second or the third tick from the end. I can show that up close. But basically, as soon as that's done, you just stay aiming the same way you were, and you do the exact same thing again, and that is an easy 150 tickets, boom, just like that. And then you're going to run upstairs to Cryptid Attack. Aim at the first one, be it to the left or the right, and then you just basically, you want to knock all 5 of them. I actually use my aiming with the right stick, not the left stick. I don't strafe. I change my angle. I find this to be easier, but you can do it whatever way you like. You'll just get used to this. If you have time, you can do it again and you have a guaranteed first hit, but you usually run out of time with this with regards to zombies attacking you, so I don't normally do that. Anyway, the next thing you run to is the black hole machine, and this is just timing. I myself am not very good at it, but just keep looking at the zombies behind you. Sometimes you can get lucky with a lucky bounce, even if you haven't gotten it. There's just such a lag between when you actually press the square button or whatever, and when the ticket thing actually, when the ball actually goes. So then, Rings of Saturn basketball. All you have to do here is aim high. Make sure you aim high and then just lead the ball ever so slightly. Again, I use the right stick to aim. I don't use the left stick to aim. I find that easier, but if you find that strafing is better than aiming this way, that's fine. I don't bother with the last ball because the most you can get is 105 points. And then you just basically do it again. You do bowling for planets, jam yourself in the right, aim in the middle of the sun, go for the second or the third tick from the end. That's it, and that's an easy 75 tickets, pardon me. You should only do that once if you're in a circuit there. Aim at the thing at Cryptid Attack, and then, you know, go one after another, and you should at this point definitely be able to get at least one whole game of Cryptid Attack in. And then you go to the black hole, and then you go to Rings of Saturn. And so basically that's the idea, is you just do this cycle over and over again. So I usually aim for 500 to 600 tickets per round. 1,200 tickets should, generally speaking, be enough for you to be able to handle the whole deal from top to bottom. That'll cover your gold tooth, a couple of arcane cores, and then maybe a repulsor, a rewind. At any given point, I think you pay 150 to be able to get the ammo from the ticket counter, etc. So yeah, you just keep doing this until you feel like you're done for the round, or all the machines say that they're out of order, and then you can go on to the next round. So between doing this for round 2 and round 3, you can easily get 1,200 tickets. It's a piece of cake. I mean, even here, just very casually going through the circuit a couple of times, I've already racked up 780, and that doesn't count the 25 that I spent on that trip mine. And then basically when you're done, or if you ever need to reset the running speed of your zombies, you can open up the portal and go through. But if you're at the end of the round, generally speaking, what I will do is I will just kill the remaining 2 zombies. Remember that one of them will drop a backpack. I pick that up, and then I go through the portal to start the next round in the middle of the concourse. That would be round 3 in this case. Now, bear in mind that at the beginning of round 3, you're not going to have a whole lot of money to be able to do anything, and you should be out of ammo with your pistol, or almost out of ammo. So I recommend you knife a couple of individual zombies 3 times as they're coming up out of the ground or coming out of a window. You can also board up the windows, get to 500 points, go back to the beginning and buy the M1. And then, because it's round 3, you can do 2 shots to the abdomen, and then a knife, and that way you'll get 150 points per zombie. And then once you have 2 of them left, again, keep 2 zombies at the very end. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the arcade, do another couple of cycles until you have as many tickets as you want. And you can do this realistically without zombies totally running you down up until about round 5, 6, or 7. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that there is a way to be able to get 50 solidly every time on Bowling for Planets. You basically go parallel to it from the left side, strafe in until it says press square to play, and then you go a little bit further than that, and you aim just to the right of the middle of the sun, and then you're going to go for 3 ticks from the end of the force counter, and that'll get you to 50. Now, it's very fussy, and if you try and do it twice in a row, bear in mind that it does in fact take a lot of time to set that up versus the jam yourself in the right-hand corner, so you run the risk of this happening, which is very embarrassing. Anyway, I usually don't do that. I go for the 25 guaranteed method, and so that's how you maximize the arcade in the early rounds when you can really make the most of it in Zombies in Spaceland. Hope you all enjoyed that. Thanks a lot.
Hey boomer buddies, give me a hug.
Nasty shit.